I'm Kimberly. Welcome to Simply Living in a Small Town. Hope everybody's having a great week so far. I am so sorry that I have been gone since I don't know when last week. I have lost track. I think Wednesday. Sorry, I was looking for my projects to show y'all when they're laying here. Anyway, it has just literally been over the top crazy here. I apologize, and days have snowballed to where there was just like then no way for me to get a video done. Like Saturday I wanted to do a video even. I wanted to do on Thursday. I can't remember. Well, I was working on the yard because I've been working on the yard like all day long kind of a thing. And I don't remember Friday. I remember Friday was like 3 days in one for me. I had an eye appointment 20 minutes like that direction behind us. Had an eye appointment and that went fantastic, despite the fact that my left eye is worse, which I already knew. But I was actually able to get brand new glasses ordered, so that was exciting. And plus they're Ray-Bans, they're really nice, and I've never been able to get like a really nice, more expensive set of glasses, so that was very exciting. And then also they're coming with the transition lens, so I can't wait to get those and wear those. Like, that's going to be so fun and cool. And it doesn't take much to make me happy, trust me. But those glasses were, the original price she told me was $1,299 and some change, and I was like, what? And I saw her paper figures there. I saw that, and then she had another bunch of figures next to it with another amount. So it ended up costing around $300 though to me with our insurance for the glasses. So that was the reason why I got the ones that I did, that I really liked. So like I said, that's exciting, and can't wait to get those. And then I went, y'all, so that's actually 40 minutes on the road, even though it wasn't together, but I came 20 minutes back from that direction then to here for a few, and then I left and went 20 minutes this direction the other way to go to the BMV. It's that time of the year to renew, for us anyway, to renew plates and that. And I ended up using the kiosk. They have a kiosk out front that you can use, and you can just get right then and there your registration paper with your sticker for your plates. Didn't think anything about it because, you, with that machine, you scan your driver's license. So I didn't think anything about it. There were 3 vehicles on there, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I need. So I check marked all those, pay for it and everything. And then once it printed out the registrations, I get out to the car. I sit down and I'm looking at them. And the one registration, I said the vehicle was silver. That was for a Ford F-150. And y'all, I could not remember the year of my husband's truck, which is a Ford F-150. And so I didn't think anything about it when I had did the little, I did the little check mark. And so anyway, come to find out, that was for a truck that got totaled out like 2 years ago. That I never thought about that ever even showing up on there. It just literally didn't make any sense, because that truck, we haven't had it for actually I think 3 years we haven't had it. Yeah, so my husband hit a deer with, well, he swerved to not hit two deer actually, and like that really quick, because otherwise he was gonna hit them head on. with the truck, which could have possibly flipped them through the, through the windshield and killed him. But he veered to the right, and when he did, it was alongside the highway. When he did that, like the truck slid, and then he rolled down a culvert, and he said he, instinctively went like that because that's what you would do. Like normal instinct. If you're in a car that's rolling, I think that's the normal instinct to just. But anyway, so we ended up, that truck, it was horribly bad. Like it was really bad. The condition of it after all that. So we had went and cleaned it out, and in other words, it got scrapped. So I went and did all that though. I stopped at the Dollar Tree. I almost forgot to tell you all that. I stopped at the Dollar Tree, y'all. They restocked the Premier Chanel yarn that they sell at the Dollar Tree. So I was in seventh heaven because I was wanting some more Chanel yarn to make some more Amigurimi stuff, like colors that didn't have like white and that. So I did that, and I got a whole bag. I almost spent 20. It was $18 and something. That's all I got was yarn. And then I came back, and then I'm trying to think because there's like a mental block in my mind, y'all. I mean, things have just been going so extremely fast that, again, I'm telling you, that day was like 3 days in one. It was absolutely crazy. I'm trying to think. My husband and I did something in between there before he went to work, and then my friend came up, and we put together, which mostly him, because by that point I was kind of shot. This was like later. This was like at 5 something in the evening. So we put together a carport, and I say that, but mainly he did most of it, even though it had to be a 2-person effort, if you will, because of standing it up and all that after you get like the trusses built on the top like you would do a house. So you put all that together, and then you start, put a set of legs on it, and then stand it up, and then you can start putting the rest of the legs on it. Now they show, it was one of these, it's a 10 by 17 carport, 17 feet, 10 feet by 17 feet. Carport from Harbor Freight that's like $200. It's $199, I think 99 or whatever. But anyway, it's actually pretty dang nice. My dad gave it to us, and I'm actually I'm surprised on it, to be honest. It turned out very lovely. It's very nice, and we still have to put the sides on it and the front and the back. That's tarps. It's all like heavy duty tarps. And that's because the anchors that came with it are for a certain type ground. But when you look at the manual, we actually have clay and rock like in that area of the yard. So we needed different anchors, which stinks because I had to order the anchors, which was $42.99 plus tax from Tractor Supply, which is okay, because at least we want the right anchors before we put the rest of the tarps on it. But that, in other words, I can't get that till Friday, so it stinks because they had that on their website, but the 2 local stores to us do not carry it, so I had to do ship to store from another store. So I'm supposed to be able to pick that up on Friday. So all that happened in one day, and I mean, I'm telling you, that was like 3 days in one. And then Saturday, trying to think, I was working on the yard more, just kind of finishing things up. And then my parents came up here to pick up a load of brush from me because I had nowhere to go with the brush, so they're just going to take it out to their place. So like we were doing all that, and my husband was straightening out the top tarp on the carport because apparently it wasn't tied off right, so he had to fix that slightly. But we were sitting out there, and I was thinking I was going to go ahead yet and do a video. And then what actually happened was literally I came in and like that, the electric just went out. It went out. And the funny thing is, before that, it was like storming, raining, and we were sitting outside underneath of that, and stuff was it was kind of like off and on. So I was thinking once that let up that I would get my video done. So yeah, I came in and it had let up. It was like decent out, and I thought, okay, I can get a video done now. And it literally like just snapping your fingers, and the electric was out, and it ended up being out for like 3 hours, y'all. We had no air conditioning, obviously, any more than anybody else did. So we ended up sitting outside under our carport for like 3 hours till the electric came back on. And 3 hours like was quick because the estimation that he got a text message from Duke Energy, which is who our electric's through, that said about 1:45 a.m. to be restored. And we thought, oh my word, like I told my husband, my God, I hope that's not true, because like I'm gonna be worried about the stuff in the refrigerator, like I just got groceries and that. So thankfully it was only out till like a little after 11 o'clock at night. So that was, you know, and like I said, we were sitting outside the whole time because there was no electric inside. So we were actually sitting out there under that carport, and the end of the balcony that's over the back door, I have one of those lights that's like it's a solar light basically. So we had light out there from that, so that was nice at least. But yeah, I drove up the street and literally went up to go to the gas station. They were closed because their electric was off. So I ran out to the other gas station and they were open. And so I was talking to a couple other people out there, and they're like, yeah, I know that, you know, the electric went out after it stopped raining. Like it was weird all of a sudden. And then we were talking about how bombarded, like to the cashier, that she was going to be probably with people. Because like, when you would go down this road here in front of us, this highway, like the other gas station was closed, the grocery store was closed, both dollar stores were closed. So like everything was closed because the electric was out. So that was just wild. And then Sunday, I'm trying to think, my husband, I was working on the yard some more. And my mom and dad were coming up to get another load of brush because well, they were going to come out and get brush from where my dad was going to cut down a bush out here, which he did cut down. But then my dad decided to go like hog wild and go down the side of the building and actually start like cutting all these trees down. I'm like, we don't need this done right now. I mean, yes, I want them gone, but so he decided to just go to town, and it was all the maple trees that just crop up everywhere. That's a thing here, that they're the most prevalent tree that will just crop up anywhere and everywhere. So he cut like 6 of those down, and then that was on that side though. And then there's one out here a big one that he cut down. And I say it was big, but it was tall, and it was only about this big around. It was right up against the building, and it just looked weird. So, but anyway, that didn't have to be done right then either, but he just did it, so that's fine, whatever. But then I cleaned up, well, after they left, then I cleaned up that whole pile of brush and stacked it all up. And so they finally came and got it early this morning. I wasn't even up yet, y'all. I have just been absolutely exhausted. But then on Sunday, my husband had to leave early. Well, so we were supposed to go pick up my daughter in Kentucky, but he left like way earlier because I had to get him the tire that I ran over like something with the week before. and we've been using the donut tire, so we were trying to get that fixed. Well, he tried to fix, that's the other thing that happened. He tried to fix the tire, couldn't fix the tire. He said no, because you drove on it flat. I'm like, well, I wasn't trying to. You know, I was trying to get off the interstate, y'all. Seriously. Like, as soon as I realized what was happening. But anyway, he said I can't fix the tire. So I had to order a new tire. So I ordered another new tire to match the new tires from last year on it. And I ordered that. I always order my tires at Walmart because they have really good, like really great prices on the tires, because they can buy a cajillion of them and get them cheaper. So $85 for a tire, like, I'm happy with that. So got that tire ordered. That was on Saturday, so his appointment was on Sunday to go get the tire put on, just have them do it. So he did that, and then he was going to go pick up my daughter, and I stayed here then to get, because my parents were coming up, and then to work on some of this other stuff on the yard. So I didn't want to be gone all day. I thought between my crochet, the yard needing, and my parents coming, like, there were too many things. So that's what happened there. And then we've had rain again off and on. Like, we've had rain actually today, like, actually a couple times. Oh, and yesterday, y'all, I was having a flare up so bad that when I got up yesterday morning, I just felt like a zombie, like I was out of it. I should have known. Like, I came downstairs, I felt extremely dizzy and sick and whatever, and it's like, I was sitting in the bathroom, and the next thing you know, like, I'm vomiting, and my husband, like, I messaged him, I said, you need to come downstairs and get me a bowl of cereal. And the reason I said that is because, like, I didn't want to try to get up because I was so dizzy. But I knew that my pain pills were, like, hitting me really harder because I hadn't eaten yet, on top of I was having a bad flare-up. So I should have immediately, but I just realized, I was like, oh yeah, okay, that's what's going on. I'm having a horrible flare-up. So he got me, in here. I think I did sit and eat a bowl of cereal, but anyway, then he got me in here to the couch. I'm telling you, it's like very vague what I remember about all that. He got me in here to the couch, and then I literally, I mean, laid there. I can remember for like 2 seconds. I remember like closing my eyes like twice, and I still felt really dizzy, and then I was out and I slept. So he ended up taking off work yesterday because he was really worried about me. I laid here and slept for almost 3 hours. So yeah, when I have a flare up like really bad, I'm like I was yesterday, where I'm dizzy, I'm aching, I'm so fatigued I can't stay awake. So yeah, so that was rough. So today, thank goodness, I am feeling like way better. So I've just been all over the place, and I'm so sorry that I've been gone so long. And I want to show y'all something really quick that I just got today. I just literally opened this box, so I have not opened this package yet. So I ordered I had this in my cart, okay, before I ordered the tire for the car. So I just went ahead and added it onto my Walmart order, basically. This says Creative DIY Handicrafts Creative Hook Fabric, which I don't know why it's saying it like that. But this is what I got. Let's see if I can get the glare off that. I'll take the plastic off, but it's supposed to be like basically a amigurumi kit. And I thought this was super cute, and I only gave $8.90 for it, y'all. So I mean, it wasn't like it was expensive. I will say this little bag that it comes in is pretty nifty, because you could actually just use this for a project, the bag. Let's see now if you can see that better without the plastic on it. There we go. Does it get better? And then on the back. See, so it has those little four. That's what I remember seeing, was this little penguin. I don't know whatever else. I'm going to open it and see. Like I said, I don't know. Okay. Oh, that's the instructions. Holding the yarn is step number 1. So it shows 8 steps, basically, of how, like, in other words, the first is holding the yarn, telling you how to hold the tail and firmly wrap the working end of the ball of yarn around 2 fingers to make a loop. So it's basic crochet instructions, y'all. And then, oh wow, that's fluff, like stuffing, that is, just white stuffing. And then, oh, this is cute. Look at the little balls of, this should be interesting for sure. Let's see if I can show you the little balls of yarn in here. So there's the little balls of yarn. It's very, I can tell now the yarn is, it's really soft. Like really soft. But this is like, wow, some of it's just in there like that. Just in a little. But it's very soft, but it's extremely thin. Let me see if I can show y'all. I mean, it's very thin. This is like DK weight yarn here. You see that? So that's going to be interesting. But yeah, it has these little tiny balls here. Oh, you can't hardly see that. There we go. It's black. I want to see. Now, surely, yeah, that's what I'm trying to see, the instructions. I'll pull that out, and it should. You're kidding me. So, be sure to scan the code to view the instructional video to learn the methods of crocheting. Oh my gosh, there's no pattern in here, y'all. So, apparently it's similar to the Woogles in that you scan this to watch this code thing, that little scanner code, to see an instructional video. So here's, yeah, here's the ones I was supposed to get. Was, so it's like these two, the penguin and the dinosaur, the ones on the left that have the check mark, and then the other one is this little tiny bee. So that's what the yarn in here is supposed to be for, is those those 3 little amigurumis. There's a lot of blue, but the blue is for the, yeah, the little penguin. I think the penguin is absolutely adorable. Like, that's like literally my favorite. But this yarn is super soft. 60, that's what I was going to say. I was thinking it was cotton. It's 60% cotton, 40% polyester. And then I got stitch markers, eyes. It's not a bad little kit for $8.90. I mean, I figured what the heck for that kind of money, you know, it like looked pretty cute. But it actually has their little, like, I call them snipper scissors, you know, that you can just cut like that with. And then we got, there's a crochet hook. I don't know, these are very small. Does it say the size? 2.5 millimeter, y'all. Oh my gosh. I have, I'm just going to say, I have literally never used it this size of a hook. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Okay, that just seems really foreign. I'm just going to tell y'all, I probably am not going to use, I'm not going to use this 2.5. That the hook seems to be decent because it's got this rubbery ergonomic style handle. So I don't think the hooks are bad with this. It seems like they're not too bad. They're like the boy style hooks, if you've seen those that have the rubber grip at the bottom. But it definitely has, well, maybe not. It's given those kind of vibes anyways, but that looks similar to those hooks. What's this one? This one's a 3.0 millimeter. Y'all, I've never used either one of these sizes. That don't mean I can't, but I'm just telling you, I've never. Yeah, this would be me using this, like going very, very slow. Well, that's not too bad. You know, you can't see it, but I just chained about 6. That's not too bad. I mean, I think I could deal with that. So that's okay. And then we got a glue stick. So apparently they expect you to glue something. And then stitch markers, which I can always use, and a little needle. And then there's some little black eyes in there, if you can see, just plain black eyes in there. There's like, let's see, 1, 2, 3 sets of eyes, which is exactly what I need. So yeah, I think that that's not too bad for $8.90, I don't think. But it's just something to play with, you know, at some point here. Now, obviously at the moment, I'm pretty actually overwhelmed, to say the least. So yeah, I'm probably not going to sit down and like start doing this right away, is what I'm saying. But nonetheless, I think it's pretty cute, like I said, for the money. And especially, now I don't know how much is geared actually towards a, you know, like a beginner per se, even though it looks like, I mean, they're trying to teach you like the basics on the papers here that they have, you know, provided. It shows the different methods of holding a crochet hook: 4-finger method, middle finger method, pin method, and knife method, it says. So anyway, I still think it's pretty neat for $8.90. That's pretty cute. So I got that. I knew I was not going to be able to get this back in there. The fluff, they had it really like push down here to try to squeeze it back in there. I don't know if I can. Yeah, I think I can get it. So like I said, and then there's your little bag. There's the yarns in it. So that's actually, it's pretty cute. So now I wanted to come back on here, like I said, way before, well, Friday blew out of control. I knew that I was, you know, not going to be able to get one done Friday. That's why then I had planned Saturday until it poured and then our electric went out and all that. So I did, or have been, working on this top. Still working on this top, and it is essentially like this is done, like this part going this way on both sides. So this I just need to add, I've already got my stitch marker right in the middle there to start, to do this up to here and then add the straps. That's literally all I have left. So that's why, like, I'm frustrated because this should have already been done like 2 weeks ago. It's just, it's like not even that much at all, but yeah, so it's literally, I gotta sit down and do that. I mean, well, now, being I'm like in a better place with things, I should have this done tomorrow. It's been very frustrating, but it's almost there. But I did get done. Oops. I did get done the shawl, and I'm upset because I wanted to show you. I'll have to get some pictures at a later point here before too long with the shawl with the dress that I wanted to put it with, because it's particularly what I had in mind to do with this. But anyway, here's the shawl and how it turned out. I think it turned out beautiful. I love it so much. And somebody else was telling me they've done a couple of these same, this is the Annabelle shawl by Bago de Crochet. And someone else had commented they've done a couple of these, and that's, you know, it's easy and that type of thing. It's really pretty. And that's exactly why I wanted to do it, because it's so pretty. It's such a pretty pattern. But it's also super easy, y'all. So I'm going to hold this up a little bit closer so you can see the stitch. There you go. You can see the actual stitches of that. But it's just like, you know, granny clusters, double crochet, like very simple and easy. But I love this, y'all. I love it. Isn't it pretty? Do not mind the fact that it does not, obviously it does not go with my clothing. Let's see if I can turn around here so you can actually see it. Oh, I forgot I had that down here. So I'm excited to put this on with the actual dress, with the dress that I made it to go with. And no, so that's another thing. I used the Premier Gradient yarn, which was 306 yards. And I used all of it except for a little tiny ball of the dark pink. That was all that was left. So basically the size of this that I did is one cake. Oh my gosh, nose itch. This is one cake of that yarn. So yeah, I thought that's not too bad. My intent was to just use the whole thing on this, and so I mean, it could have stood to be a little bit longer, but I think it's all right. So, perfectly good to me. I was thrilled with getting this done because I don't remember what day it was, because it was someday last week. I was with my husband and he was driving. That's how bad it is. I'm getting blurred on what happened what day, because there's just been a lot happening. But we were going somewhere and he was driving, and I can't remember where it was, but anyway, I was working on this. So I did like 5 or 6 rows while we were in the car. So then by the time I got back, it was like I was running with it, you know. And I was like getting faster and that. And I was just, so yeah, by Thursday, this was already done. So I have been doing some crocheting, but not since Thursday. I'm trying to think. Yeah, no, not since Thursday. So yeah, I intend to get back on track. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been gone so long, and I ran the gamut of emotions, I'm going to tell you. Literally. Because there's just been way too much going on. It's been hectic, stressful, And then I was worried about getting videos done, and I wasn't getting them done. And I keep thinking, my goodness, I need to get a video done. And I'm sorry, it's just been a mess. So I do appreciate every single one of you, though, for watching, truly. And I hope you have a great week, or are having a great week so far. It's hard to believe that actually it's already Tuesday, because my Monday was like Sunday for me, because it was like I was like a zombie yesterday, tired. So, but I hope you have a great week. I love y'all so much. Thank you truly from the bottom of my heart for watching. I do appreciate it so much. So till next time, bye now, and God bless.